My challenge is staying on course for the most important things in life for long enough. But as I work towards them, it's possible for me to control my actions for one day, one week. But to stay on course for one quarter, 1 year, and beyond that, I seem to, miss the track. How can I do that better?
There are things in life that I like, and there are things in life that I love. In aspects of life which I like, I give myself a choice. In aspects which I love, I don't give myself a choice. I do not still think I have a choice. I put myself into a choiceless state. In another way of putting it's called discipline. Being there on time, I put myself into a choiceless state. But if I start deliberating on this, then I'll feel this person will always come on time, so I'll go on time. That person will not come on time, so for that person, I need not go on time. I might go into the state, but I've just put myself into a choiceless state. Wherever I have put myself into a state where I think I have the choice, attention span is a problem. Sustaining it day after day, week after week, year after year is a problem. Because life is too distracting right now. And a decision you made in yesterday's maturity, in the today's maturity, seems irrelevant now. You actually feel you don't have to apply this anymore at all. It seems irrelevant. There is only one way to sustain anything long enough. You have to throw yourself into a choiceless state. If you keep deliberating, you'll keep stopping. If you keep deliberating, you'll keep getting distracted. There are things I like and there are things that I love. Things that I like, I give myself a choice. Things I love, I don't give myself a choice. In fact, every marriage that has worked because you were in a choiceless state. Every marriage that has fallen apart because they gave themselves a choice. Allah. There is no husband sitting here who at least once did not think in the night, oh, the men know more. There's no husband sitting here who has not thought about it. There is no wife sitting here who did not think that one day when the husband is sleeping on Ammikala Thuki Mandela Purte. There's nobody who has not thought about it. Every marriage that has worked here, heaven's sake, do not think that they made for each other. A lot of husband and wife started believing in karma after their marriage. Somebody got carry forward, somebody got borrowing, edo matikichi. A lot of marriages survived because we produced children. And for the sake of children, they stayed together. And then slowly, after some time, you get used to each other's manufacturing defect. You get used to it. Every marriage that has survived because you did not give yourself a choice. And every relationship that fell apart because you gave a choice. So even in a country like India, where the institution of marriage is supposed to be very, very sacred, marriages survived not because of culture. Somebody there, if not both, at least one, put themselves into a choiceless state and saying that I'll make it work. Every child who completed at least up to graduation, because they didn't give themselves a choice. And any one of you here who did not even complete graduation, you dropped out from studies halfway through, and you were a relief to your teachers, is because you gave. But think about some of your teachers, no? Going through that answer sheet, hoping at least now this will be right. You know, right? Next will be right. And some of the answers you would have written, no? Your teacher would have read the answer and then checked, what was the question? Your answer would have been so confidently wrong. I have done that. Sometimes if I have studied something and come, you have not asked any question on what I have studied and come. Whose mistake? Whose mistake? That fellow studied everything he came. That's a different thing. I have studied only so much and come. A good teacher should ask questions on what I have studied and come. In interview, what they ask you, tell me something about yourself. Then we can say, hey, go to interview and somebody asks, tell me something about my neighbor. Ask me questions for what I know. Why did you succeed in the previous job or why did you fail in the previous job? I can tell you. If you ask me why did Steve Jobs succeed, how will I know? Correct? I have studied this and come. You ask question on that. Whose mistake? And what am I supposed to do? Whatever I have studied, before I forget by tomorrow, what I have studied, I want to use it somewhere. So, இருபது மார்க் கேள்வி வந்ததுன்னா எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஆன்சர் எழுதிட்டு வந்துடுவேன். அது என்ன கேள்வின்றதை பற்றி எனக்கு கவலையே கிடையாது. And I feel I passed in some of the exams because some teacher felt at least something he knew, right? Okay, ஒரு 5 marks போடலாம். That's how I passed in some of the subjects. I think everybody who dropped out from studies, or dropped out from anything that you do because you gave yourself a choice. Everything any one of us took up and we did it to the very end, to the finishing line, is because we did not give ourselves a choice. Even as simple as sitting in the seat of silence and you have said it's going to be 20 minutes and you have set up alarm in your mobile for 20 minutes and you're sitting there. You will complete 20 minutes if you don't give yourself a choice. And initially, that's all you can do. Everything in your system will say enough. Small beginning only is required. Slowly you can build. Straight away, you don't have to do 20 minutes. Check whether mobile is working or not. No, it's working. Everything will tell you. But those of you initially sat there for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, sat there simply, not because you were spiritually very deep and other things. You just did not give yourself a choice. Secret of longevity in life is you have to put yourself into a choiceless state. Don't give yourself a choice. There's no other way to do it.